Good afternoon and welcome to the program. This is KTN News Desk, where news is brought to you as it happens. It is the 10th day of January 2014. We have a lot in store for you as always. But first, let's take a look at the highlights. Wetangula shot at. CORD core principal escapes death as his car was shot at by a known gunman. KDF on the attack. A KDF airstrike kills 30 militants linked to the Al-Shabaab. Also in this bulletin, 2 weeks for questioning. Immigration Director Jane Waikenda fails to appear before the probe team following her hospitalization. Welcome to the program. We start this bulletin with some breaking news. The Kenya Defense Forces say they have killed 30 Somali militants, including Al-Shabaab commanders, in an airstrike in Somali camp in Garbarahey near the border of Kenya and Ethiopia. According to the BBC, Somalia media reports put the number of dead at 10, and residents say there has been a lot of destruction. Military spokesman Major Emmanuel Chirchir said the airstrike missed the Al-Shabaab leader Ahmed Godane by just 30 minutes. According to the Kenya Defense Forces Twitter account, more than 5 vehicles and key assets had been destroyed. The KDF, however, did not name the Islamist commanders. They said they have been killed. The attack comes 3 months after the Islamist attackers linked to the Al-Shabaab took over the Westgate shopping center in Nairobi in a siege that left at least 67 people dead. Kenya still has several thousand troops in Somalia, helping the UN-backed government tackle Al-Shabaab, which is linked to the Al-Qaeda. Now, the Director of Immigration, Jane Waikenda, has once again failed to appear before the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, with reports that she was still feeling weak after being hospitalized yesterday. She was to appear before the anti-graft body for questioning of allegations of irregular issuance of work permits for foreigners. But speaking to the press at the hospital last night, Waikenda insisted that there were people fighting back against her efforts to dismantle corruption networks at the Immigration Ministry.
I'm happy to announce or to report to you that since I became the Director of Immigration 6 months ago, I've been doing a lot of cleaning up. I have been trying very hard to dismantle cartels and brokers that have been working in the Department of Immigration. And I'm sure you all know that those cartels are vicious, and corruption fights back and fights back fiercely. So today, the anti-corruption came to our offices, and we've been partnering with them because when I became director, I invited them to be conducting audits in our department and to be assisting us in ensuring that people do not get documents that are not lawful. So as part of that partnership, they came this morning to request for some files to work or to assist them to carry out even investigations about work permits. And it is in the course of the day that after that interview that I got an asthmatic attack. And I did not collapse, as people have been saying. I just got an asthmatic attack. So, what I'd like to wish for is that we continue partnering with the Anti-Corruption Commission, and I'm very, very happy to continue with that meeting tomorrow morning so that we can clear issues that will help this country. But I'm hoping also that the Anti-Corruption Commission will not be misused, because the battles that are there are vicious, like you might know.
Let's go to ODM politics. And ODM-nominated Senator Dr. Agnes Zani has officially joined the race for the ODM Secretary General's post. Zani says she feels that she is the best candidate for the position as the party seeks to inject freshness and new ideas that will improve grassroots support. ODM party elections will be held between the 28th of February and the 1st of March.
I'm bringing in gender. I'm bringing in also freshness into the party and new ideas that will be important in revitalizing this party. As you know, as a party, we stand for specific ideals that are very, very critical. One of these ideas is social democracy, that is really meant to entrench that equality and opportunities are given to all. And you can see what is happening in our society. If you look at the various sectors, be it education, be it health, be it the issue of employment, we find that there's a lot of variation and a lot of inequality. Those are not able to ascend to certain positions who should be able to ascend into those positions. We want fairness and equality in Kenya so that everybody who is in Kenya can be able to enjoy social development, economic development, political development of this party.
Let's go to Nyeri County, and the high levels of crime in Nyeri County are causing residents sleepless nights, and they're now calling upon police officers to beef up security in the region. Residents have now taken to patrolling their estates at night to ward off potential gangsters and are at a loss to why crime has shot up so high in that county. Here now is Karonderi with that report.
Residents of Nyeri are a worried lot. Their anxieties are heightened by the increase in incidents of crime that have been reported in different parts of the area, not just within the town and adjacent estates such as Skuta, Rurengo, Kingongo, Kamakwa, Ngangaridhi, but also in the larger Nyeri County. In the latest incident, 2 suspected gangsters were arrested last evening at the Ide Kahuno area in Teto constituency at about 7:30 p.m. One was shot dead inside this vehicle. The number plates of the car have been masked using a black insulator tape ostensibly to throw off would-be chasers. Nyeri Town OCPD John Lenshimpiro said they were tipped off about the suspect's intentions to rob a supermarket. Police say they recovered this Tokalev pistol from the slain suspect alongside these household goods that were allegedly ferried in another vehicle.
We are on the top of things because you can see what we have achieved.
There has been an outcry in Nyeri over the escalation of crime, and now Lenshimpiro is seeking to assure the residents that police have intensified patrols in crime hotspots.
We are many here. We can contain the situation, so there is no cause of alarm.
Azed by KTN yesterday so angered are the residents of Nyeri that they are punishing heavily any suspected criminal they come across.
Wanasema hao ni maafisa polisi. Sasa ndio tukawaambia basi mjitambuli, lakini wanaongea kwa simu, wanasema ati wanaongea na OCS, wanaongea sijui na sergeant, tukawaambia tunataka kitambulisho. Sasa ndio wakaanza kutoka, tukaanza kuwafuata. Sasa ndio sasa wananchi wakanini, tukaraise alarm.
Cases of kidnap and hijackings have also seemingly gone up, and government officials are not spared, as seen recently when Pauline Madenge, an assistant chief from Solio, was kidnapped and later released.
When we have got information and concrete information, action must be taken, I assure you.
Residents are urging the police to regulate the border sector, especially the operations at night when more cases of crime are reported. Residents have also started patrolling estates at night, hoping to keep crime at bay as they await police officers to take charge.
Really, they are a bit worried, but I cannot say that they have formed their vigilante groups because they are illegal. We cannot allow that to happen.
Carol Nderi for KTN in Nyeri County.
From Nyeri, we stop now in Meru, where traders operating in Meru town woke up to a rude shock when they found that their makeshift structures had been demolished by the county government. The makeshift buildings, which were mainly composed of timber structures, were demolished during the night and property left scattered on the ground. Traders who were reporting for work were shocked. and lost for words over the unexpected development. Instead of doing business, they spent the day collecting and ferrying away their items. A few who had left behind their items were counting losses as they were destroyed during the demolition, while others were looted. The traders now accuse the county government of demolishing their structures without giving them alternative places.
Please, atusaidia tupatie job.
Tulibebewa kila kitu, hatujui tutaenda wapi. Na tunashindwa hata vioski kingine inaachwa. Tunashindwa kwani hao wamefanya watu wa kancho waji.
The National Youth Council of Murang'a branch has called upon Murang'a leaders to work together and avoid airing their dirty linen in public. This comes a few days after the leaders engaged in a war of words over the registration of the Murang'a Investment Cooperative dubbed Shilingi kwa Shilingi. The Youth Council members were led by their branch chairman, Sami Kungo.
We want Murang'a a clean county, and we don't want to be dragged behind by people who think they are kingmakers, but they are politicians. We need harmony amongst our leaders. And actually, we are directing, we as Murang'a County, that we should have a meeting of all leaders because we have all powers vested in us. We are 60% of the youth of Murang'a County. With all the powers vested in us from the grassroots of sub-location, we need them.
We have been engaging the county government to intensify the fight against alcoholism, drug abuse and trafficking. And we continue to urge the government to invest more time and money on this front. In this regard, we urge the government to incorporate youth leaders into various liquor licensing board, as youth are the most affected by these fights.
We are asking you, just come up clean, work with the governor, work with everyone in the county, and the leaders, you come out together. Mkae chini, musikizane, and know the way forward.
Police have launched investigations into claims by Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula that last night's incident in which his car was sprayed with bullets was an assassination attempt. Wetangula reported at the Kilimani police station minutes after the incident, in which he said a known gunman in an oncoming car opened fire at his vehicle moments before midnight along the Ngong Road in Nairobi. Wetangula's car had at least 3 marks that appeared to be bullet holes. But ballistic experts are still trying to piece together exactly what happened. The court fraternity has come out in a strong condemnation of the attack of one of their core principals. Moving on, let's go to Taita Taveta, and the governor there, John Murutu, has defended the county's use of development funds, saying they received the funds late. Speaking during the meeting with his county executives and ward representatives in Voi, the governor said the county was unable to carry out any meaningful development project since they only got money in September, 3 months to the end of the year 2013.
Towards the end of December, things have changed. We are now, we received money, and we also expected that in January we shall all receive more money. So cash is no longer now, we can no longer use that as an excuse for not doing the projects, the programs that we had promised the people that we shall do. So my request, my plea is that both sides of the government, the assembly and the executive, we really now have to roll up our sleeves and deliver the services to the community.
Let's go back to Central Kenya, and Nyeri County government has threatened to close down the Central Kenya Coffee Mills Limited in Madhira, Nyeri County, citing the mill's failure to comply with the laid out rules. If the Nyeri government makes good its threat, then more than 300,000 coffee farmers from the Mount Kenya region risk losing their livelihood. The county executive in charge of agriculture, Shadrach Mubea, has issued a 7-day notice to Central Kenya Coffee Mills Limited to halt its operations or be forcefully closed down. Mubea says that privately owned millers in the region have failed to comply with NEMA's statutory regulations. However, the mill's general manager, Charles Mwea, has refuted the allegations, saying they have complied with all the requirements and have been operational for the last 10 years.
A mill have been developed there without our permission, and the act have been contravened. We have not received the building plans, the change of user, the NEMA license. There is no operating NEMA license. There is also failure to obtain occupation and health license. The owner, therefore, is requested by the county government to stop any activity and operations within immediate effect.
This is our 8th year of operation because we started operations in 2007, sorry. And we are, Central Kenya Coffee Mill is not handling all the coffee from Nyeri. We are probably handling about 50% of the Nyeri coffee.
Great. You do remember the website you need to be looking out for is standardmedia.co.ke to look at details of our top stories that include the attack on an Islamist village in Somalia by Al-Shabaab, where they report to have killed 30 Islamic militants linked to the Al-Shabaab. Also, you can read about the Jane Waikenda saga in that particular website. We'll take a short break. More news coming up. Welcome back to the program. This is KTN News Desk. Nakuru Senator James Mungai has moved to resolve an impasse between members of the Nakuru County Assembly and Naivasha MP John Kihagi a day after the MCAs and the MP clashed in public over the county's Finance Act. The senator termed the incident as a big shame for the county. Addressing the press after the meeting with the MCAs, Mungai hit out at Kihagi for allegedly inciting traders not to pay the revised rates. The senator said the MP should be leading by example the electorate.
Mimi tunafanya kazi vizuri sana na MCAs na hatuna shida yoyote, na sio vizuri wakati ambapo watu wetu ambao walituchagua tuwashike, tuanze kushikana na wale watu ambao wataenda kupigia wakubwa wetu kelele wakiwatoa aibu kwa jambo ambalo halihusiani kabisa na bunge la national.
Lakini yeye akiona ametoshereka, it's upon him. Mwishowe yeye atatoa kadi yake kwa wananchi wale waliomchagua, lakini sisi hatutamfuata kamwe. We do not have any business with him. Our business iko katika county assembly and we are answerable katika county assembly.
Right, it is a Friday, so let's have something inspirational from across the international scene. And which country is this that we're going to? The United States of America, in Washington exactly, is working on his dream of owning his own piano repair shop. Now, he certainly has the expertise and an amazing talent for fixing piano. Just that he needs a little help. Now, CNN's Elisha Osich explains.
To the average ear, this music is perfection. But for John Furness, it's just a bit flat.
This piano have to go slightly above pure because it's too flat.
John is a piano technician with a passion for perfection. To him, this instrument is much more than a music-making masterpiece. It's
a mechanical piece of art.
But John is not your typical piano technician. He's blind. He lost his sight when he was 16, but as you can see, losing one sense only made his others crescendo. Just ask his mentor.
They are focusing on that sense, the sense of touch and the sense of hearing, rather than being confused by sight.
Currently owns this shop, but John wants to buy it because of its very special features.
One of the main reasons that John wants to buy this shop in particular, it has all of the tools that any piano technician would need, but it also has some that are specific just to the blind, specifically this drill.
Oh, another reason why I want to buy this shop is because it's perfect. It's right around the corner from my house.
But to do that, he needs another pair of hands to help. Yours. He's currently holding an online fundraiser to raise the money to buy it, and all you have to do is donate. Something John hopes will be music to your ears.
Let's now revisit a story brought to you earlier, and police have launched investigations into claims by the Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula that last night's incident in which his car was sprayed with bullets was indeed an assassination attempt. Wetangula reported at the Kilimani police station minutes after the incident in which he said a known gunman in an oncoming car opened fire at his vehicle moments before midnight along the Gong Road in Nairobi. Wetangula's car had at least 3 marks that appeared to be bullet holes. But ballistic experts say they are still trying to piece together exactly what happened. The confraternity has come out to strongly condemn the attack on one of their core principles.
Yes, where I'm seated. Yeah. These are marksmen. They hit through the windscreen. It was just aimed at.
This one bullet. No, that can't be one. No, this was headed this.
So this is tap tap. Near City Mortuary, we had a loud bang on the car. I was on phone. It was so loud that I dropped the phone out of fright. My driver slowed down. Then I had my security officer, who is a GSU officer, shout at him, "Those are bullets. Don't stop. Get moving."
From the look of what we've seen, it appears to be an assassination attempt. So the honor is now on the government to say that if it was not an assassination attempt,
what was it?
What was it?
The initial report was a shooting incident, and we have called in the experts to verify that theory. And as you've seen, I've also seen what I've seen, and maybe it is too early for me to preempt the outcome of the investigation. So let's wait and see what the ballistic experts will tell us. The ballistic experts will tell us the most likely cause of the scratches that we've seen on the vehicle.
Great, we'll shift gears now to some sports news. And the Manchester City and Ivory Coast midfielder Yaya Toure has been named the Confederation of African Football of the year 2014. For the third consecutive year, Samuel Keshi was named Coach of the Year as Al Ahly clinched the Club of the Year title after they won their 8th African Champions League title.